Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. I am King 5 meteorologist Adam Claybon. The weekend has been superb, especially Saturday. Today, we did bring back some more clouds, a few sprinkles out there too. Generally pretty light rain, and that's all we're going to expect here as we go throughout the next few days. No big systems on the way, but we are expecting to at least get more rain, and we're going to be back closer to these seasonal averages like we were today when we saw a lot of those highs back in the low to mid 50s. Let's talk about the rainfall we're expecting at least through midweek. Now, this is going to be through Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock, and you can see that amounts are looking anywhere between about maybe a quarter of an inch up to about a half an inch, a little more up there around Bremerton. Not a ton of rain on the way. So these systems that are going to be coming through here over the next few days are going to be weak. Let's talk about what happened today. Generally less than a tenth of an inch, and most spots not reporting any rainfall out in the gauges at all. And that's going to change a little bit though as we head on into the night. Low temperatures this morning closer to average in those low to mid 40s, even some 30s out there. Bremerton down to 36, 39 in Shelton. And then we saw highs back up around those low to mid 50s here this afternoon. Again, that will be more of the theme here as we go throughout the week. We're going to see those highs generally around the low to mid 50s. A few upper 40s could be possible with that. First 3 days here of the work week look to feature some showers. By Thursday, I think we're drier and mostly dry heading into Friday, but with some more rain coming back through heading on into the weekend. Let's take a look at Tacoma. Cloudy skies there, very little in terms of rain. Up this way around Stevens Pass, and maybe a little snow by tomorrow. I think this way up here into the night, though. Snow levels around 4,500 feet, going to keep most of that in the form of rain, whatever little we actually do see. And then out this way towards La Push, some cloudy and foggy conditions. That can also be an issue as we head out into early tomorrow morning. Keep an eye out for that. And then our SchoolNet site there in Granite Falls, cloudy conditions blocking Mount Pilchuck off into the distance there. And then Port Angeles actually has a pretty gorgeous view. Some clouds, but also a few breaks in those clouds. A couple of more stops here in Everett. You can see cloudy skies, a little sun trying to peek on through here. And then let's go ahead and look here in Seattle. It's kind of a bubblish looking kind of texture to our cloud coverage there as we sit mainly in the low 50s here into the early part of your evening. We're going to continue to drop here as we head into the night. The rain chances, they do pick up, but they probably won't happen until we get closer, if not after midnight. And a lot of that, again, will linger into your early Monday morning, but stay relatively light. Temperatures for many of us in the low to mid 50s. We've been seeing those numbers closer to the freezing point, but above freezing up there across the passes. And the moisture that we've been seeing for the most part has been staying off to the south here, near and south of Interstate 90. And that's where we've been seeing a lot of more of that up into the mountains, where we've been dealing with just a little bit of a rain-snow mix, but generally pretty much rainy there for elevations below 5,000 feet. Now, big picture is that system will continue to spin its way on through here. It's going to take its time, but we got another weak impulse coming through as we go later into the night, plus those additional systems as we go later on into the week, which will bring in some additional rain chances. So here we are heading on into our Sunday night. You can see some showers moving off to the south, but then we get some of this enhancement to start to take shape as we get past midnight and into the earlier part of your Monday. Not going to be a washout, but there will be some showers on the way as we start off early into Monday morning. We're going to see that fizzle on out as we head into the middle to the latter part of the morning. And really, I think the morning hours will be the only time we actually see any rain, because you can see as we continue on here into the day, on into Monday afternoon, Monday evening, there's little, if anything, left as far as moisture is concerned. So we'll see a few sprinkles by that point, but I think for the most part, we're going to keep things fairly dry into the second half of Monday and into Monday night. Early into Tuesday, not seeing too much rain out there yet, but by the middle to the latter part of the morning and then more so into the afternoon, here comes that second round of rain that's going to be heading through here into the week. This one actually will produce, I think, a little more. We're talking about anywhere between a tenth to maybe upwards to a quarter of an inch, and we'll get maybe a few inches out of the snow up across the passes at that point as snow levels come back down to around 3,500 feet. That's going to sweep on through here as we head on into Tuesday night and early into Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon, we start to clear out and dry out here for a few days as we head into the middle to latter part of the work week. Let's talk about snow levels. Yes, they do start to come back down here. We're talking maybe down to 2,500 feet by Wednesday as we get a little bit of a cool down. Sunshine is the only thing helping us out, as we'll see mostly highs in the low 50s. If we didn't have as much sunshine, or if you don't really see as much sun here later into the week, you might hold on to the upper 40s as we head on into that stretch of time. And snow totals with this, again, not looking to be too impressive at all. This is going to be through about Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock, anywhere between about 1 to 2, maybe up to 4 or 5 inches up around Mount Baker. White Pass, because you are farther south, you get a little more of that extra moisture. That might help you out there. And then Paradise, with us being a bit higher, we could see upwards to about 8 or 9 inches here again, getting closer to 5,500 feet around that spot as we head on into these next few days. So something to keep in mind. And then just a few more things here. Wanted to talk about this. Our rainfall totals. We have been running deficits here for the year so far. So we could use a little more rain out in those rain gauges. We're going to get only a little bit too here as we head on into the week. But Hoquiam running about a 5-inch deficit so far here for the year. SeaTac out at the airport there just over 4 inches, and then right at 2 inches for Bellingham, as we picked up around about 5.5 inches from year to date from January 1st up until now. And as I mentioned, there's not a ton of rain on the way, but out there for more of the central and north coast and over the Olympic Peninsula, there is a bit more. We could see anywhere between maybe 2 to 4 inches. I'm thinking more so on the lower end of the spectrum right there. And then for more of the foothill communities, you can see anywhere between 1 to 2 inches, and also for the south coast. And then you can see what's happening right here, looking through parts of Puget Sound and going up across the northwest interior. There's really little of anything at all that's going to be falling here over the next 7-day stretch. So the next week, maybe a half an inch, if not less, maybe a few of us get a bit more. We'll continue to keep an eye out for that. Here's your forecast here as we head on into the night. We drop down between the low to mid 40s. We'll head on into more of the day for tomorrow, and we are expecting to see temperatures drop down or top off in more of the upper 40s to low 50s. Everett getting up to 51 degrees, 52 as you get closer to Everett. Low 50s around Shoreline. We'll top off at about 49 in Maple Valley, 52 in Bremerton, low 50s for us in Belvidere, Olympia, and in Tacoma. We'll see highs closer to the state line, down around the lower 50s, upper 40s out there towards the coast, and more mid 40s out over the Olympic Peninsula. Forecast as we head on into later into the week will be fairly quiet, but guess what? We do have spring on the way, 17 days away, and that officially will start on March the 20th. Another thing too, Saturday night into Sunday, we have daylight saving time. That's going to be starting up too. So later into the week, we have 6 p.m. sunsets, and then once we head into next Sunday, we will officially have 7 p.m. sunsets. All right, everyone, well, take care. Again, make sure to have the rain gear nearby. Not going to be anything that will be overly heavy, but definitely want to have it handy just in case you do. Have a great Sunday night, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.